If you're looking to purchase a camera or even thinking about purchasing one in the near future, then this is the video for you. Specifically, I'm going to be picking cameras that are mostly recommended for gym content creation, whether you're an athlete or a personal trainer, or really someone who just wants to film some activity slash fitness type content. Before I go into the list, I just want to give you three main variables that I will be touching. One is the budget, as well as the features, and then the size. So go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below, what's your budget for a camera, so I can be making more videos specifically to your budget. But in this video, I'm gonna be giving you a variety of cameras and budget options to pick from. So starting with number one is the Sony ZV1. This is a digital camera that I highly recommend. It is mostly a pocket-sized camera. You can get some really nice crispy shots with this, but the only downside is that it does not have any attachable lenses. So if you're looking to get those extremely crispy shots with a 85mm 1.8 or 1.2 lens, if you want to drop that much money, this is a pocket digital camera. It is pretty pricey, but you get some nice quality shots. It's extremely small and portable. So when you shoot at the gym, people will not be looking at you like, what? It looks like literally a phone. It's just on a small compact camera. I don't have it with me. I'm over here looking like if I had it, but I sold it a couple months ago, mostly because I wasn't using it as much as I should. But the Sony ZV1 passes the test on the flip screen check because it has a flip screen, as well as the microphone check. Sony ZV1 has a really good built-in microphone system on the camera, but I still recommend attaching a microphone at the very top, just to get higher quality audio. Plus the attachable microphone is not too expensive. But if you're not going to use one, the built-in mic is solid on the ZV1. And the other two big pros of this camera is the size and the budget. Yes, it is, how I mentioned, a bit pricey, like $750-ish. You can buy it used on eBay, save a couple $100 on that, but it's extremely small. So that's why I recommend the ZV1. And also, this is not a list that's in order, so the number one spot or the number 5 does not beat the other one. It's just each single one of these has its pros and cons, and these are all recommended by me. And the number 2, it's the Canon EOS R10. This is a fairly new one that came out. I am a Sony fanboy myself, but this is a solid camera that has really good specs, especially for the size and the quality of this since it is new. But this is probably at the last of my list as I recommend. This is just the number 2 because it came out when I was shooting this video. But do I recommend it? Yeah, go for it. Sure, if you're a major Canon fanboy or fangirl, go ahead and try it out. You will not be disappointed by the Canon EOS R10. And the number 3, this is another Canon camera, and this one has a special place in my heart because it was my first camera that I would use, and it is the Canon M50 with the Sigma lens. So yes, I did say a lens, and how come I didn't say a lens in the other ones? Well, it's for a good reason. The Canon M50 is a really small camera, and I ran it with a specific lens, and that was the Sigma 16mm. It had an extremely wide shot. It was a 1.4, so the background was extremely crispy. The M50 is a bit more budget friendly, but it's still a solid recommendation for anyone that wants a Canon camera. But that being said, I highly recommend the Sony one. Why, you may ask? It's because the lenses are E-mounts, so you can buy an extremely high quality E-mount lens on eBay used, and you can use that on any Sony camera. So, and the thing about the Canon is that they have different types of mounts. I mean, it's not that much of an issue, but personally, I'm a big Sony fanboy myself, and that's another plus. It's like if my friend wants to borrow a lens for his Sony camera, I can just let him borrow it, and he can let me borrow one as his. We don't have to worry about, oh, what are you, the RF mount or any other type of Canon lens. So now moving into my highly recommended cameras for Sony, and that is the Sony ZV-E10. This one does have an E-mount, so you can replace lenses. This one also has a flip screen. All the ones that I have mentioned in this video do have a flip screen, by the way. It is an APS-C. What that means is that the sensor is extremely small than a normal full frame camera. I will have a full frame recommendation at the end of this video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But it's a great budget camera. It is a bit more budget friendly. It's $700 if you can find a good deal on it. Usually it runs for $800. And it's just a great camera. It has a solid built-in microphone. It does, once again, have a flip out screen. It can shoot in 4K 30 frames per second, so that's another plus. And you really can't go wrong with this. This is one that I recommend for any gym content creator who really has a budget. Highly recommend this one. Go ahead and buy the kit lens. The kit lens comes with it. It's a 16 to 50 millimeter, but as soon as you can upgrade and buy another lens, I highly recommend that so you can get the best quality content. Now moving a level up as far as the Sony recommendations. So the top dog of the Sony cameras that I would recommend, there's other better cameras out there like I'm gonna name that you can Google. The Sony A7S III, amazing camera, but it's over $3,000, $4,000 right now. As well as the Sony FX3, that's another $3,000, $4,000 camera. I'm saying those prices because it varies. I mean, you can buy a used one, but if you want to go all out, you got to pay the full price if you want a new. But that one that would take the cake, especially if you want to take some high quality pictures, is a Sony A74. That one shoots really good video and really good pictures. I can get into the nitty gritty of the specs and talk about the megapixels, but I'm just going to keep this video short. The A74 is the way to go. Buy a solid lens with that one and you're set for years. And an honorable mention, the one that I have right now is a Sony A7C that I'm shooting this video in. And all the videos that I have shot that have been cinematic gym type feels have been all on this A7C. I purchased it for $1,800, but you can get it used right now for maybe $1,300. It's a solid camera, shoots really good video, decent pictures to be honest, but I mean way better than iPhone pictures. So the best recommendation that I can give you is invest in a good camera, but also make sure you're investing on a lens even more. Because you can have the best A7C camera, but if you have the basic kit lens, your shots are gonna look not good. So I recommend, if you can, bring down your budget for the body itself in the camera and bump up your budget in the lens, because a solid lens is going to run you about maybe $600 to $1,000. It is an investment though. Remember that this type of video that you're going to shoot could potentially make you hundreds of thousands of dollars in the near future if you're just by you investing in a camera. So don't be afraid to drop some money. Make sure you get that extra overtime. Find the side hustle. So the lens I've been using the most is my Sony 85mm 1.8 lens that I purchased, as well as the 24-70 Sigma 2.8. I will go way more into detail in the video that I shot on this camera, the A7C. Make sure you watch all my other videos because I'll be giving you tips on how I edit, as well as the type of ways that I shoot my content. So make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. But the next video that I highly recommend is my A7C setup, so you can kind of see what I use as well as the accessories that I use on my camera to make sure I get the highest quality possible. So before you go though, make sure you comment down below if you do have any other questions that you might have on cameras or on editing itself, or anything fitness related, or anything business related too. I will make sure I make a video on that topic itself, so please comment down below. It would really help me out with more content ideas. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.